Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. So y'all grew up in a Christian church. How about you, sis? What's your nationality? Huh? Afghan? Okay, we got Afghanistan. You see what I'm saying? So this could be for you too, right? So God, y'all know about the story of Moses, right? Leading the children of Israel out of Egypt, right? This is what he told them after he took them out of Egypt. Read. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day. So God said, look, Moses, tell my people, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that's what we call today, but it's really the 12 tribes of Israel. Tell them if they do not listen to my commandments, what will happen? Command thee this day that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. So God said, if you don't listen and keep my commandments, I'm going to make all of these bad things happen to you. Right. And these ain't just pictures. There are scriptures on these pictures to show you what, where in the Bible these things happen at. So give me verse 37. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword amongst all nations. So God said we would become a proverb and a byword. That's what Mexican American is. Right. That's what Indian American is. Right. You see what I'm saying? Black African American. God said we would be proverbs and bywords, meaning we wouldn't know our true nationality. We wouldn't know the name that God called us. That's why before y'all walked up, y'all didn't know that God called y'all Issachar. You see what I'm saying? Because that name Mexican only goes back, so what, to the 1800s? It only goes back so far. Read, give me verse 32. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people. That's what they did to us in slavery. They sold our sons and daughters on auction blocks. Right. Sold them to the sugar plantation. Sold them to the tobacco plantation. To the cotton plantation. That's what happened to our sons and our daughters. Right. Read. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand. We didn't have no strength to get our kids back because why? We was in slavery. Right. Read. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. Oh man, that's the point I wanted to get to. Because in these lands, predominantly from Mexico all the way down, is the #1 producer of the world's resources. Right. 70% of the world's resources come from Central and South America. That's all your fruits and vegetables that they distribute all across the world. So listen up. This is Bible prophecy. What happened to the Mexicans is Bible prophecy. Read it again for them. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors. You see that? All the labors. Because the Mexicans are known as what? Hard-working people. Because they, before the so-called white man came and destroyed everything, they used to live off of the land. You see what I'm saying? It was very plenteous. Like the Puerto Rico is called the port of riches. Right. Because there were, when you touch down, you like, oh my God, look, it's fruit hanging off the trees, it's gold over there, it's all type of resources that we can take from these people. Yeah, now, why? Because we're not in our rightful place. Right. Because we're not ruling the world that God told us to rule. Because we didn't want to keep his commandments. That's right. Read. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up. You see that? Because they came all the way from Europe. Don't nothing live in Europe. They barely get sun in Europe. So how can you grow fruits and vegetables if you don't get no sunlight? Okay. So what do? They travel their little nasty, eat them white behinds all the way over here. They take all the resources and they go right back. They go to Africa, they take all the resources from Africa and go right back to Europe. Right. They steal everything. That's what God said what happened to us. Because why? Why did this happen to us?
We are living in the age of anti-Christ. Because everyone's against Jesus Christ. The Bible describes the description of Jesus Christ. Did you know that? Revelation 1. I'm going to show you what Jesus looks like in the Bible. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Go ahead.
As white as snow.
Be white.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burn in a furnace.
So if you take brass, this is brass. If I burn this in flame, it gets black. So the Bible says Jesus Christ has pale gospel, Negro hair, and his skin like it burned in a furnace. That's not taught on earth. Everyone sees a Caucasian Jesus with yellow hair, pink skin, and it's not biblical.
Exactly. We didn't keep his commandments.
That's right.
Read.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always.
See that? Oppressed. Oppressed always. Because guess what? You look and you like, hold on. Everything comes from us. Why are we poor? They just was having a summit about that in Africa. They said Africa is one of the richest continents on the face of the planet. Between these two continents, it's the richest. That's why, where was that? Is it Zechariah was saying, these two nations and these two people.
Right.
God said, look, I gave you this land and I gave you this land. But guess what? Your nations, the other nations is going to take everything out of those lands and leave you poor. Billions of dollars. A couple years ago, like in 2017, because I was looking at the history, Venezuela used to be one of the richest countries. One of the richest countries. But bringing it up to today, about 7 years ago, their money wasn't worth nothing. They had piles of money in the streets because it wasn't worth nothing. You had people starving. But most of the resources come from Venezuela. How is these people starving today? How is the people in Mexico trying to get to America? Why? Because all of the resources that come from America, the Chiquita bananas, all of that stuff, that avocados, all of that stuff that come from Mexico, they take it and they take it to their people and they leave the people there poor, starving. God said you were going to be crushed and oppressed evermore. Ecclesiastes 7:7, last scripture. So y'all may see, well, what are y'all doing out here? We out here to gather our people back together because we mad at the oppression that is on our people. And what they did was they divided and conquered us. That's why we have all of these different names. Yeah, that's exactly who we are. We lost because we don't know that those are our ancestors. So what our job is to do is to look at the oppression and say, hold on, something ain't right. How do we produce most of the world's resources? We built America. Not only the blacks, Hispanics and Native Americans built up America to what you see today, but they don't reap the benefits. Right. We can't even get a loan. We can't even get a good education. Everything goes to the white people.
Right.
And then you get people like from the Ukraine, from Uzbekistan, and all these other stands. They come here and they get loans, they get free housing, they get all of this stuff. But the people that's been here from day one that built up this country don't have nothing to show for it. So this is what it should do to you. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
The oppression that he said in Deuteronomy, we would be crushed and oppressed evermore. That should make you mad.
Right.
That should make you mad because this world was given to us.
Right.
God said he created the world and gave it to Jacob. And the other people are nothing.
Right.
But we stopped keeping God's commandments, so he allowed them to put us in captivity. He allowed them to take everything from us, and we have to sit there and watch, and we don't have no power to do anything about it. The only power we have is coming back to this Bible because God said he's going to fight for us if we keep his commandments.
Right.
Read.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
You know what that gift was? Christianity. That gift was, you know what? Take the chains off of them. We're going to give them a job. We give them free health care.
Right.
That's the gift that destroy your heart. Because what it does is, it make you think, well, not all white people ain't bad. Some of them are good, you know, like, they gave me a job. The whole world supposed to be yours, so what is a job?
Right.
That's nothing. That's nothing. The whole world was given to you. That's why it destroys your heart, because it makes you think, it makes you forget about all of what they did to us.